All right, what really is the best workout when it comes to fat loss? Well, that's a big, varied question that I often get asked. And as a dad of 2 under 5, I want you guys to first understand what really needs to happen to lose fat. And we need to first understand that you have to be in a caloric deficit. Your body has to be deemed healthy. There's a lot of components that make this happen and make this harder, whether it's stress, whether it's inflammation, whether it's your job, whether it's lack of sleep, whether it's your hormones. So to say a certain workout is going to be the best is kind of like saying that there's a certain star in the sky that's going to make it really brighten up the galaxy. They're all going to be component in helping it. Same with a lot of the different workouts. They all will be compiled to help. So if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝔬𝕝𝕝𝕝, and I've been featured in places like Men's Health, T Nation, Inside Fitness. I've even been on ABC News, and I love sharing my knowledge when it comes to this type of topic. And I want to give you guys the really nut and bolts of what you've got to understand. So as a dad, I love to really be lean year round. But it becomes more difficult with age and with stress and with a lot of inflammation. So you have to carefully pick the type of workout that you're doing. You can't just say that, oh, this workout, like a bodybuilding workout, is going to be best for fat loss. You can't say that a HIIT workout is going to be best for fat loss. You can't say that maybe doing some sort of interval work is going to be best for fat loss. The best workout is, first of all, one that you can be consistent with. You got to start there. If your workouts you're doing are not consistent, then your fat loss efforts are going to go down the drain. If you're not doing the things that you got to do in the kitchen, your fat loss efforts are going to go down the drain. If you're not doing things to control stress and control inflammation, then you're not going to go down the drain. So let's get that part out of the equation. Now that we know that we're handling stress, inflammation, our sleep, and our hormones, what can you do to train to optimize fat loss? Well, in my 15 years of doing this, I tend to feel like I look and feel better and get more of a leaner physique when I incorporate what we call a hybrid model, right? So I will do a good split of some basic bodybuilding, some more compound lifting, and some metabolic conditioning. Now, how you organize that is entirely up to you. It can be done all if you're very short on time, and I don't recommend it, but you can start off with maybe a compound lift in a workout, move to some metabolic work, and in the end of it, and have a little bit of combinations there. So compound lift, some assistance work bodybuilding, some ending metabolic finisher. Can that be effective? Sure, and it can take a little bit longer time, right? Or if you have the availability to be able to work out more times in the week, you can do maybe something like 2 days of heavy strength training, 1 day of bodybuilding, and then 2 days of certain metabolic type training, whether it's like maybe something where you're doing some sprinting, some plyometrics, a little bit of combination lifting, some complex work with some kettlebells, right? So these things, sled work, right? These things can all be very good components when trying to get lean. I would not recommend just going out and start plodding a lot of miles on the track or on the treadmill, right? That can be helpful to burn calories, but if you're like any other guy like me, okay, I don't like just staring at the TV while I'm doing cardio. I don't like just doing monotonous stuff. I like doing things that make you feel like a man. So what are they? For me, it's picking things up. I love carries, right? GPP work, general preparedness work, is essential for me to help look better and also keep the lean physique because it does help retain muscle mass. So you got to also remember that you put losing muscle at slightly more of a risk, especially if you're dieting, when you're doing more list cardio, more long steady state cardio, more things like running, right? These things that don't involve certain components that can help you stay strong, whether it's walking with a weighted vest and maybe an extra sandbag, whether you're carrying your kids, whether you're doing trap bar carries, whether you're doing different things that involve movement and muscle, right? That's the key. I love doing overhead kettlebell carries. I love doing sled work, sled drags. You know, these things can be very effective. Or you see behind me, I like getting out the chains every now and then. So when you talk really trying to figure out the best workout for fat loss. It's one that you can combine and be consistent with. So if you're just gonna be stuck in the whole bodybuilding realm, it might run you into a plateau. If you're only gonna do metabolic work, you might also get stressed and inflammation, but it's gonna get burned out. Okay, you've got to be varied with your training. And so you might have a whole block on it though. So maybe you do a whole block on bodybuilding, then you go to a block in more plyometric work. Okay, you've got to hit both sides of the strength and the speed continuum. That develops the ultimate athletic physique that most people are after. And that's why I've held mine, and I consistently can stay underneath roughly 11% body fat all year round. Now, for most of you wanting to know those types of workouts, I'd invite you to definitely make sure that you join my tribe of guys that I'm gonna be launching, because it's gonna be essential, because guys, men need men. We all need to really be helping each other become the best versions of each other. And we only do that when you surround yourself with other high functioning males. So I'm inviting you, make sure you join, check out what I do, and if anything, make sure you like and subscribe the video. All right, guys, talk to you later.